Hey everybody, this is JaShinYa here, and we've got a very great episode for you guys. We're going to be talking about an indie game called Threes. It's been taking the internet by storm, a scary game that is starting the riot, and of course, for Peep Show, a Pac-Man clone. So stay tuned for that. This is the first episode, the very first episode of Indie Game Riot. Indie Game Riot! All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us through the intro. I don't. It's long. I don't know. Maybe I'll shorten it. This is the first one, so expect some bumps and bruises here and there. But
we're awesome. So
yeah,
it works out.
It's all about the fun and all about the support for the indie games. Speaking of all about the support for the indie games, this is Indie Game Riot, a brand new podcast. As I said, episode 1. Where we talk about indie games, their developers, give you news in the indie game community, and we want to support them because
we enable the evolution.
We enable the evolution. Way to put that tagline in there.
Yeah,
Indie Game Riot enabled the evolution. We talk about indie games because we want to support them. They've put so much into the gaming community already. They don't have all the funds in the world. They don't have a huge staff, but they put their heart and soul into these interesting, creative new games, and half the time they give them away for free or for cheap. And they've just, as of recently, from Minecraft all the way to to what we have today, a game called Contagion. They've just brought so much to this community. So we figure we can give back to them by showing our support and letting you all know what's out there for you to check out.
If we do a little marketing for them, it helps them out, which makes the gaming community, the entire environment, better in the long run.
Exactly.
Because in the end, what are indie games other than, hey guys, we made something for you. We want you to enjoy it.
I know. Exactly. It's like your mother just baked you cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of the feeling I get. The warm
Indie Game Riot, baking you cookies.
And those other people that you hear talking with me, my name is JaShinYa, by the way. You can call me Josh or JaShinYa. Those other guys talking to me are Tekido.
Hello, how's it going?
And Reverend.
Well met.
You can call them Tech or Rev, at least I do.
Yeah. It's a lot easier.
Tech, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
All right, my name is Tech. I've known Josh for a while. We used to be voice acting buddies. Now we're YouTube buddies also. I am a Let's Player, internet personality, video editor, award-winning filmmaker. And
you special.
And
I am so special. And Hitman, yeah. Not actually Hitman. Disclaimer.
Yeah, we'll tell that to the barcode on the back of your neck.
Yeah, exactly.
How about you, Rev?
I do IT work. I work for data centers, do a lot of networking. Used to be a quasi-pro gamer. Got banned from 4 different states from competing in Halo tournaments back in the day. And true story. I did.
How did you get? Wait, you never told us about this. How did you get banned from states?
Because we used to, all of the tournaments in Utah, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming used to all be done on a buy-in, winner-take-all. So, you'd have 6 people show up in Salt Lake City. Everybody pays $10 to play. Winner takes the entire pot. And people got tired of always losing to Reverend, and the entire organization started asking me to stop competing. In Montana, I actually had to start running my own tournaments in which I would not compete, just so that I could still be able to enjoy the community. And
wow.
Yeah.
So wait, okay, so you're banned from competing in those states, or are you banned from those states altogether?
Well, we won't talk about Montana.
What stays in Montana? Wait, what? What happens in Montana? You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
whatever.
Exactly.
My name is Josh, and I am, as Tekido said, I'm a voice actor. He and I were voice acting for a while. I know Rev from the Let's Play subreddit on Reddit. obviously. And I also have a Let's Play channel, JaShinYa Gaming, or you can just search JaShinYa, whatever, that sort of stuff. That I do. We do AAA games and indie games.
Yep.
And I wanted to mention that too, actually, that just because we're showcasing indie games doesn't mean we hate AAA games. There's no reason to hate AAA games. No. They're amazing. They're AAA for a reason. It's just that we want to focus. Because, I mean, AAA has all the promotion. They have the money and all that stuff. We want to focus the attention.
Really big PR companies.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
that's what AAA means now. It's not, oh, look at all this money that we're spending on a game. It's, hey, everybody, look how flashy we can make our commercials.
Yeah. No gameplay.
We got Robin Williams to market this commercial.
Robin.
Mr. T.
Oh, yeah, the WoW thing. Okay, so that is the show for that is the show in a nutshell for all of you, and you've met us. I think it is now time for our first segment, Indie News Injection.
Are you bored with the same old games?
Yeah.
Why, then give yourself an Indie News Injection.
Thanks, Indie Games.
All right, everybody. So first on the list for this week's Indie News Injection, we are talking about some controversy that is sweeping the web, and it involves a little game called Threes. And if you've never heard of the game Threes, you may have heard of a game called 1024 or 2048 or one of these games. And basically what those are math games for mobile devices, and every single one of these games, in the order that I listed them, with Threes being the first one, have been ripped off of Threes within a month of its release. And
less than that.
Less than that.
Because who doesn't like math games, by the way?
Yeah, exactly. It's really weird.
I slacked off from my math homework so I could play a math game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how into school I was.
We're looking
it's
at
more pattern recognition than math. True math.
I guess.
We're looking at 21 days. The first iOS clone of this game was 1024, released 21 days after Threes on February 27th. It's different, but it also isn't different. And then 2048 came out 10 days later. And this is really just it showcases what's going on in the mobile industry. People are trying to hop on the bandwagon of these independent developers and just try and not necessarily exclusively independent developers, but this is an independently developed game. Threes is, and they're just trying to, in my opinion, sort of sweep all the money for themselves, because they see these ideas, they recreate them as fast as they possibly can, and then they push it out.
Well.
Yeah, exactly. And they have all this money to throw behind it to advertise, make more money off of it, while they're pushing these developers who have these ideas, into the background of the app stores.
I think iOS in general has this issue. They should do something similar to what Steam is doing with their Greenlight, where they have a community opinion about the games. That way we don't get inundated with this trash that you find on the app stores.
Well, that's kind of a side topic, I think, to the issue with Threes. I think my biggest problem with the whole Threes and the immediate clones is that Threes, like, they had a fairly long development cycle.
It was something like 7 months, I think.
Was it 7? Okay. I thought it was like 14 or so. But
7 months
maybe
to
it was
develop
14.
some numbers?
Well, they actually, if you play the original Threes, it actually has a lot more depth to it. It's much more of a finesse game, especially if you're looking into the background architecture on it. It's really not a bad game. And they spent around a year making that
just
game.
over a year.
And then, 3 weeks later, 21 days later, there's a clone out there that kind of copies the high-level concept of it and then blows it out of the water. And I think that's the problem that I have with the whole cloning environment when it comes to indie games or games in general.
You mean like people with better resources just completely taking it away from the people that did it originally?
Yeah. These guys put their heart and souls into this game, and they get 3 weeks worth of sales while they're building, they're building everything up and getting buzz for their game. And then somebody just comes along and says, oh, hey, here's ours, and we've got a better marketing campaign. And then Threes drops off the map. You can't find them unless you know what you're looking for.
And I think even the bigger problem with this is that it's not these aren't the same games. These are shells meant to look like the game that they've copied.
Simply to scrape in the money.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And it's similar to the. That's what we had a bit of this conversation. I think last night, and King does that sort of thing too. I mean, for the love of God, Candy Crush is Bejeweled, and even Bejeweled's not even original. But you get what I'm saying. It's just like all they want is these microtransactions and for people to just shove money down their throats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And cloning has been something that, and this is going a little bit off topic of the exact threes, but cloning has been something that people have been really fighting against. Like when Terraria initially came out in beta. And Minecraft was this huge thing. In Terraria, you got to mine, and you could cut trees down. But it took a while for people to realize that they were completely different games. Yeah. And you couldn't make Terraria in the exact same time frame that, within the release time that Minecraft had been out. Whereas with these iOS games, to me, they're sort of just shells of,
You get some basic logic put in place, you take some screenshots, and you throw it all together real quick and pump it out as quickly as you can for 99 cents per purchase.
Right. And then you hotfix it over the next 9 months.
Exactly.
Well, I think the cloning thing altogether is kind of it is a legitimate issue in indie games, just because that's the whole point of us is trying to support the indie games that don't have the resources to promote themselves. So it is an issue, and so listeners out there, be mindful of that. If you know there's an original out there, try and support them first. Go find threes.
Yeah, and if you are playing 2048 or 1024 or any of the other various pattern, match the numbers together and build it, go check out threes. You won't regret it. I prefer it over 2048, and I've played both.
I will say that it was very hard to find the original game.
Oh, yeah.
It was very hard to find, but one of the best names for all of these is Number Wang 2048. That's one of the clones.
Number Wang 2048.
Yeah. I'm not making this up. I can't make this up.
Well, I think speaking of supporting the small time game devs, Rev, you have some news from the subreddit area.
Oh, definite. So for those of you that don't know, Josh and I met. I'm one of the moderators for the Let's Play community on Reddit /r/Let's Play, and there's been a lot of talk recently about getting Let's Players to play games, and I've made comment every once in a while on the game dev and indie gaming subreddits. Hey, you were looking for somebody to get your name out there, you might want to check out some Let's Players. Here's a couple that I personally know and recommend, and I never thought of a kind of merger partnership between those two environments. And so there is now a subreddit, r/Let's Play My Game, that is specifically designed for game developers to find a Let's Player and say, give them a copy of their key or a key for their game and have them do a Let's Play. And it's just a way to facilitate conversation, and it seems to be doing pretty fantastic. It's relatively new. It's only been up for about 15 days, but got some very decent traffic going to it. Not a whole lot of posts because, game development takes longer than a couple of days, unless you're cloning. And, and it's basically just, hey, if you're a game developer, make a post, this is my game, this is why I would like you to play it, and Let's Players then come in and say, hey, this seems like something I'd be interested in, would you mind? And really, really cool partnership. I'm excited to see where this goes.
I'm actually one of the benefactors of that sort of deal. I mean, this is before that subreddit came about, but I've already gotten a couple of alpha or beta keys to some independent games, such as Neon XYZ. I think is what it's called. I have a Let's Play. It's been a while since I played it, but I have a Let's Play of it on my channel. But he was kind enough to give me his Desura key, so I got that for free, and I was able to show off some of it. And I think I got some traffic to him as well. And same thing with some other smaller ones like Adventure Dungeon. I think was another one I got from that Let's Play subreddit. So I think this is really a huge boon for those of you out there that are game devs. If you are getting started in game dev, if you have a game that you are about to release, or you want to get some testers for it, or just get some free promotion out of it,
there's quite a few betas on there.
Yeah,
right.
Check out that subreddit, because that's the place to get it. And YouTube, for instance, Minecraft, not just said that, without YouTube, Minecraft would not be as big as it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And same goes for a lot of other, Outlast, for instance. YouTube was huge for Outlast. Things like that. Amnesia especially. These games would not be nearly as culturally relevant if it were not for YouTube. So you could be the next Notch or Frictional Games or Red Barrel Games. Just dream.
and they one thing that I did want to make note of specifically is they have rules in place, so it's not like as a game developer, nobody's going to just come in here and be like, hey, I want keys and I'm totally going to let's play your game and then never do anything. Right. They actually require a verified YouTube channel with let's play and or review videos and stuff like that. So it's not me who's never done a video review in his life coming in and just getting a bunch of free games. It's people that already have an audience that can help with that.
Well, what do you mean for the Let's Players out there? What do you mean by already have an audience? Do you mean like they have to have a number of subscribers, or? Well,
it's not. It's up to the developer themselves.
Okay.
That kind of decision is made to them, but anybody that's requesting a key has to have a verified channel, either on like Twitch or YouTube.
So they're not just getting free games.
Exactly. They're actually making productions out of this.
Right.
That's cool. That's really cool. And I'm looking at it, and I think it gives a lot of opportunity for smaller developers, especially currently because it only has 311 readers subscribed to it at the moment. I can see. Are you familiar with the rules? Like, are there any rules about like big developers coming in, like, "Hey guys, we have a new game. Want some keys?" Like, this isn't just a free key giveaway subreddit, right?
No. This is ideally. Right now, mobile games or free browser-based games are not being accepted, but they partner with somebody else to have people just give out free keys. That would be our Play My Game. But this is specifically to get it into the hands of a Let's Player or a reviewer, somebody like Northern Lion or Tech or Josh and you guys both have videos up and you've already got an established audience and production values that you use, and some developer comes at Top Snake at an arcade arena game for PC, Mac, and Linux comes in. The developers say, hey, you know what, Josh, I really like the style of videos that you do. Would you mind doing a review of my game?
Right.
Here it is, and you go, well, yeah, I like the idea of it, and I'd be willing to help you out. Bam.
Yeah, and
that's awesome.
I've had a developer, contact me and ask me to do a Let's Play of his game, and it's kind of cool that you can kind of match your game to a Let's Player, because I've had, his game wasn't really my style of Let's Play. It wasn't games that I thought would be fun, because even though it could be a great game, but it's just not my kind of game. You know what I mean? Not everyone plays, for instance, real-time strategy. I love Civ 5. But not everyone loves that sort of game,
or doesn't want to let's play that sort of game.
Or at the same time, that's me. I love Civ 5, but I probably won't ever let's play it, just because that's not really what I do. It would probably get boring really fast.
Some people can do it, not many.
Yeah, there are some that do it well, but not me. So it's cool that they can match like that.
Mm-hmm.
One other piece. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And another thing that's really cool is that this subreddit looks like it's sort of switching that around, and now instead of developers going out and being like, "Hey, I like this YouTuber. He seems pretty popular. Why I want him to play my game or her to play my game." I'm not trying to be, I'm gender neutral here. But this is more like, a casual sandbox building game from called Cubes. Yeah, I would love to try this game out. So this way the Let's Players can sort of find games that they would actually want to play, and I think that will really boost the energy that they're putting into the Let's Play or the review, and that's just great for publicity.
Exactly, and leaving the decision as to who gets a copy of it, to the developers. If they have a requirement, hey, you have to have 500 subscribers before you can request a key for this game. That giving that kind of level of control to integrate between both groups. And Let's Players can take the look, and game developers can say, yeah, I like what you do it. I'm excited to see where this goes.
And
yeah, same.
Some quick news too to continue on the track of helping indie game devs is something with Twitch, actually, Twitch.tv. For those of you not familiar, that's a streaming platform, a live streaming platform.
Justin TV as well.
Justin, yeah, no one cares. It's Twitch.tv. They're actually, according to Gamasutra, is where we found the article. So there's things like Twitch plays Pokemon, that has kind of led to this, where they've integrated the game so that the audience can control aspects of the game. And now Twitch is actually funding games. I guess it's all games, but it seems to be geared towards indie game developers who are willing to do that, similar to a game called Daylight, where if you play it on Twitch, you can integrate it so that the audience can control aspects of the game. And in Daylight's case, the audience can control the scares. So they're actually helping. If you're on Kickstarter, I guess there's a way to contact Twitch.
I think they're just doing a straight up match.
Or they're just searching for it. So
yeah.
If you're on Kickstarter, there's a chance that Twitch will find your game, and if they like it enough, they'll actually match. What is it, dollar for dollar?
Dollar for dollar.
They'll match dollar for dollar the funding that you get from other people. So if you need $200,000 for a game, and you get $100,000 from everyone else, then Twitch will match an extra $100,000.
Now to make it clear, it's not just hey, the game can. The games that they've done this for already were specifically designed to interact with the Twitch API. So the current one that I think they were working on was Choice Chamber.
Yep, Choice Chamber.
Specifically designed from the ground up to integrate with Twitch.
Is that like kind of like a choose your own ending type of thing?
I don't know.
It's a little bit unclear.
I think it'd be cool if there was like a choose. How like choose your own ending books used to be. If they had something like that. Actually, I think Yogscast was doing something where it was like a book, but they had like it all mapped out. And they did it all fancy like, but where there was multiple paths to take in the story, where they could have, it'd be cool if someone was to make a game like that and have it, integrate with Twitch, where people could make those choices, majority vote rules, and see where the story takes you.
And this isn't necessarily a new idea. I know that there are a few mods for Minecraft where, and I don't know if it's which site it was, but I remember seeing where users could donate a certain amount of money and then have something happen in the game to the player, like, oh, they get armor, or, oh, this monster spawns next to them. But this being like a free audience-based experience sounds really fun. Now, I personally didn't participate in Twitch Plays Pokemon or any of the other...
I watched it. I just didn't participate.
It's too much chaos for me.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think it'd be really fun with both small and large audiences, because you have a large audience, everyone's screaming different things. The person who's playing the game won't expect anything, because whatever the game decides to pick is what it's going to pick.
Okay, so here's just an update on the game itself. I'm reading up more on Choice Chamber, the specific one that caused this. The player, while streaming on Twitch, their audience can provide feedback via chat that will change and evolve the game in real time. So, we can spawn a power-up or enemies, or we can change the number of lives, or
can bone
various
the player completely.
rules. Yeah, we can screw up the gravity type deal. So it's specifically built for action.
Do you
so
think
even like game mechanic wise,
it looks like you can, and you can deal damage via chat to boss.
that's cool.
as cool as it sounds, I feel like there's enough dicks out there.
Yeah.
It's just not going to get anywhere, because everyone's just going to want to kill the player off constantly.
Well, that'd be kind of fun. Then it's the Let's Player fighting its audience.
Oh, dude, it's so impossible.
Well, there's also the offline mode, which limits the changes in the game to the AI of the game. So there is a way you can do it. You can play it privately if you're not broadcasting. So
I would also assume that you'd be able to set Twitch to subscriber-only mode, so that subscribers...
That'd be
only
cool.
Yeah.
Because I've never saw a good use for the subscriber, really, but that actually might be cool.
Yeah, and that would also
kind of
drive revenue into the pockets, not only of Twitch, but of the
Let's Players.
The Let's Player.
You can support the Let's Players and the indie game devs, actually. But I think that's enough for that for now. For those of you,
check it out.
Yeah, go check it out. Twitch. We'll have all the links in our subreddit, and I'll give you the name of the subreddit at the end of the show. But don't worry. But we're gonna go on to our next segment called "Starting the Riot."
Today on Starting the Riot is a game that is so near to my heart. This game came out. It was a Kickstarter game. It raised, how much money did it raise? I have it up here.
Way to be prepared.
It raised $87,000 on Kickstarter, and it just recently went full launch on Steam, and that game is a game by Monochrome. It is Contagion. It is a zombie survival game, and this zombie survival game is not like any other zombie survival game I have played.
What makes it different?
Okay, let's just compare it to the freshest zombie survival game in my mind, which is Left 4 Dead. Okay. In Left 4 Dead, you have some guns, you have a team, and you're working through a story to kill all of the zombies. You have guns, you have melee weapons, and all the zombies attack you.
Yeah, your goal is not to kill the zombies. Your goal is to escape.
Well, right. In Contagion, everything that you do matters. Ammo is very hard to find.
Is it choice oriented?
It depends. There are a few game modes. There's Escape. What's the other one? A game mode where you're working together as a team to take survivors, NPC survivors, out of locations to a safe spot. And then there is Hunted, where it's a free-for-all. You're against every other player on the map and every single zombie that you might have to run into. And when you die, you become a zombie. And you look exactly the same as every other zombie.
Okay.
So wait, okay. So this is made to be multiplayer then?
It is a 100% multiplayer game. There is no
single player campaign. It's all meant to be online.
Yeah. And you can buy dedicated servers. The gaming group that I play with, Obsidian, shameless plug. We own a game server and play a lot of the Hunted mode a lot. There are lots of, and when I say lots, I mean like 300 plus game servers that Contagion and Monochrome run that you can join whenever. Good variety of maps. The sound design is phenomenal. Very little music. Every sound that you make matters. If you're running by a zombie and that zombie doesn't see you, it'll turn around and look for you. If you fire a gun, everybody within earshot of that shot will hear that, and that includes zombies. And zombies can get hordes and chase you.
Is it PvP?
Hunted is PvP.
Well, I mean, like, as in, like, PvP as in the survivors fighting against each other. Like, is it kind of like Rust where people can just completely, like, they hear you and they'll just come and murder you right away?
Yeah, that's the hunted mode. In hunted mode, you're set alone. You get a melee weapon and a pistol, and you have to search the map for other guns, other weapons, other ammo, and the game ends when all the survivors die. And there's no auto reloading. So when you pull that trigger and it goes click, it's going to go click until you hit reload.
Okay.
And it is so nerve-wracking. It's the first game that I've been able to play in so long where 15 minutes after the game, I'll be jittery and twitchy and my adrenaline will be pumping because it's just such a thrill ride.
But I get the idea that it might be more fun being a zombie though, just to go kill these people.
Oh yeah, of course. And the best part is that you don't know, other than the behavior of the zombie, who is a player zombie, because all the zombies look very similar, and they've done a really good job of making every single zombie look like a character that could also be alive. There have been multiple occasions where I've been playing this game and I look at a zombie and I think it's a player character and I start to shoot, and then they stumble a little bit and I realize that's not a player character, that's a zombie. And it happens all the time.
So there's no name over the head or anything like that?
There is absolutely, it is no names. You do get a cell phone and you can buzz people on the cell phone and listen for the cell phone buzz.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually a really cool mechanic.
It is. It can be a little bit cheap sometimes. Like with the guys that I play with, we have a house rule that we don't use that, and we also don't, camp or anything. But
it's a legitimate tactic.
Well, I wouldn't use it for hunted, because hunted would just piss me off in the first place.
Well, there are a lot of places that you can hide in a lot of the hunted maps because they're really good sized maps. I think you can have 8 players to a server, and
how many? So 8 players to a server, but how many zombies?
Oh, they just infinitely hordes? Spawn.
Okay.
Yeah, hordes. And when I say hordes, I don't mean Left 4 Dead zombie sized hordes. We're talking like there's an achievement where if you get 30 zombies in your horde, and if you're a zombie, you can hit R and you'll call out zombies around you who will follow you. I just bumped my mic stand there.
So you can make like an army.
Oh yeah, and so even if you die as a zombie because you don't have a whole lot of health, your horde is still gonna go after the guy you were chasing, and you have to break down doors and break windows down. And
I could not play this game, I'll be honest. It sounds fantastic. I don't deal well with suspense, thriller, horror. I just finished season 4 of Walking Dead, and it's taken me 3 months.
It's not that suspenseful. They're very fast-paced games. I think standard game of Hunted.
You just said it's not that suspenseful. You just said that you come out of it twitching.
Oh well, that's because well, that's because it's really fun. Especially when
I'm so excited. I'm having a seizure.
Kinda. It's not suspenseful. It's just it's an adrenaline. Let me try and speak. It's an adrenaline rush. And for $20 on Steam, it's just one of those things that I'm really happy that I got. You can buy a 4-pack for all your friends to play. It's a lot more fun if you play with.
We should buy a 4-pack for all of us.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the game yet, but I kind of want to play it now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Which is the whole point of this.
Exactly.
Is there anything else that you have for Contagion?
I think that anything else anybody wants to know, they can check out the game on Steam. You can also check my Let's Play channel, youtube.com/TakedoPlays. There are a few videos of me playing that on there, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw that? You saw this video?
I saw a couple of I saw a couple of clips out of some of his videos.
I actually didn't see any of those videos. I gotta go look.
Oh, thanks, Josh. I think we're friends.
I don't. Yeah, about that. No.
Yeah.
Well, that was starting the riot. That's where we pick one of the best indie games that we can find for the week, and spotlight it for your pleasure. And hopefully you guys have found some interest in it and can go support them by buying the game, and you'll have tons of fun.
And you might run into us.
Yeah, you might run into us if Tekro gives us a 4-back. And up next, we've got a segment called Peep Show, where we find something that's on Steam Greenlight, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, etc. Something that needs your support to get something in early access or something like that. Something that needs your support to get out to a full release to a large audience, that sort of thing. So, Peep Show, here we come.
Please give all your attention to early access.
All right, everybody, and this week on Peep Show, we have a game called Dark Deception. Actually, I mentioned in the beginning of the episode that I have a video of this. Excuse me. I have a video of this on my Let's Play channel. It's basically a Pac-Man clone, but I don't want to make it sound like it's copying. While it's like a Pac-Man, while it's like the Man, I can't talk. Well, it's like the Pac-Man.
Josh, you can do this.
Warm-up exercises before we started, didn't you?
Diction is done with the tip of the tongue and the teeth. There.
The lips, the teeth.
There's the old voice acting coming through.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a Pac-Man game, but it's first person and it's in the horror genre. So Rev will probably not want to play this.
Never play it. But
it's extremely panic-inducing. One of my favorite things about it is the fact that the audio engineering in it is just I don't even know how to explain it. It's like right in your earballs. And since it's since it's in first person mode, you're kind of going around these corners, and you just never know when things are going to pop out at you because you constantly hear the enemies. And for instance, I played the demo, which is actually free on Newgrounds.com. If anyone's interested in playing the free demo,
link will be at the end.
Yeah, we'll put the link at the end, in the description, whatever. But there's like these crazy monkeys that have like scissors for hands instead of symbols, and you constantly hear them like, and behind you.
Crap. I'm watching the trailer right now, and it's freaking me out because you're talking about these things are happening.
And there's this evil like you are the weakest link hostess, like talking to you the whole time. She's constantly berating you. It's really stress inducing, and things just jump out at you. Apparently, in the free demo, there's not a whole lot to it, but apparently, and it's on Greenlight, Steam Greenlight, and of course we're going to link that, so you can get to greenlighting it. But apparently it's going to have a story to it, which is going to involve the woman. There's going to be a reason that you're there. I think you're going to be like a cop of some sort because your lives are like police badges. But there's going to be that, and there's going to be a lot of like, if you notice when I'm playing, there will be like hit E to interact. Nothing happens when you hit E at the time, but I guess eventually that's going to take you to secret areas or maybe shortcuts or something like that, and some really cool stuff.
So who's developed this? Who's developing this?
Yeah, I'm not prepared, and I forgot to look up the actual name.
What a slacker.
Yeah.
It looks like it is Boomstick King.
Boomstick King. Okay.
I think.
If my internet could go any slower.
Fans of
I think that's what they're called. And while Josh is looking that up, I can mention a few things. It looks like they have a Kickstarter coming up for this game, as well as an Oculus Rift build for this game. So if you have an Oculus Rift dev kit,
oh yeah, forgot about the Oculus Rift,
and you want to get freaked out,
could you imagine those monkey scissors coming at you like right in your eyeballs?
Stop.
Rev, this is gonna haunt your dreams tonight. Sweet dreams.
No, it probably will.
Get the.
I'm gonna go watch all the videos.
Games.
Glow stick games. Yeah, that's it. You're right.
Glow stick games.
For some reason, it's not pulling up for me on Google. It's just not working. So
yeah.
When are they estimating to have a release or their early access?
Well, the early access is already available. It's on, like I said, there's the demo, but it all depends on how long it takes to get greenlit, according to the dev.
Yeah, and it hasn't been greenlit yet. So if you think this game is fun and you play the demo, go on to the Steam community page, link in the description, and get that greenlit if you like.
Do it. Any other? Oh, pros and cons. I wanted to mention pros and cons. So it's hard to really give a pros and cons with a game that's I've only been able to play a demo for. But like I said, the best thing about it probably to me is the fact that its audio engineering is great, and that's probably the most panic-inducing thing about the game is just that it's constantly in your ear. One of the things, I think the graphics, I mean, then again, I'm talking about an independent dev, probably doing it all by himself, or maybe just a few people, and it's hard for me to talk to since I don't know how to make games. But I've seen better graphics. That's all I'm going to really say about that. If graphics aren't, what make or break a game most of the time, I mean, look at Minecraft, obviously.
Yeah.
Look at Super Mario Brothers.
They look very cartoony, but not in sort of like a creepy, like Alice in Wonderland sort of feel.
Yeah,
That's what I'm getting.
Because all those monkeys have these like sharp Cheshire grins, and like their eyes are bleeding, things like that. In the trailer, there's these little girls that'll like it looks like they warp around, and they pop up in front of you.
Yeah, jump scares. No.
Yeah. And this game combines two of the things that I hate most. And by hate, I mean love, or I don't know. It's a love hate. It's a love. No. The fact that
scare you the most.
I hate jump scares.
Yeah.
And I hate being chased, and this is what this game is. so
Chasing
like,
jump scares. The game.
Yeah, it's my worst nightmare when it comes to that. And of course, you have to go. The fact is still kind of pretty much a Pac-Man clone. So you do have to go around and get. In this case, soul shards.
Oh.
They're like soul shards, I think they call them. And but the nice thing is there's a mini map, and so it kind of shows you where to go. So otherwise, you'd be wandering around forever.
Now, have you encountered the Waka 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 yet?
No, well, there's
like if they don't include that, I would be upset.
There's no Waka Waka when you get a soul shard, it makes like a ding thing or whatever. No, I think that would take away from the scariness if there was I couldn't take it seriously. Waka 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 and the monkey.
Maybe it's an Easter egg. You get through the 5th level or something, and then you get
game mottos. Get on it.
If there's level ups, you get the Waka Waka level up. Congratulations.
Or when you beat the game, you can choose to turn it on or off or something.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. So yeah, that is Dark Deception. I think that is it. Do you have any other questions about Dark Deception? Glowstick Games, go greenlight it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will honestly say the fact that they have a demo by itself is a big thing to me. I am so tired of games that don't have a demo and all we get are some images or get some random developer videos of, which are great in their place, but a good demo is how you can sell people on it, even for early access stuff.
Right, and it's especially important because you don't know if you're going to like the game. So, I mean, you can give it a try for free. Like I said, it's on newgrounds.com, and all the links will be in the description. We'll also put it on our subreddit and everything like that. And even if you don't like horror games like Rev here, you should still go support them by at least greenlighting it and sharing the information with your friends.
I will never buy a copy of this, but I will approve this for publication.
Before we go.
Speaking of free...
Before we go, I just want to mention, Josh, that in our notes, this is some meta podcast that you guys are getting here. In the notes, under Dark Deception, it says Glowstick Games.
He added that.
I wrote that.
I wrote that. Now.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I wrote that so I wouldn't forget. And
gotcha.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Speaking,
we have a plan for this podcast.
Yeah,
I promise.
We do. Just like I said, we're working out the kinks. This is the first episode. Bear with us. But speaking of free, since you can play that for free, we also have at the end of every episode a game that we're gonna just kind of give a shout out to. Nothing super detailed. In a segment called Free Fun.
Okay, so Free Fun. This one's actually an oldie but a goodie. It is called Celestial Impact. You can get it. It's developed by Custom Built. It's using the Custom Built engine, and it was developed by CI Devs. Their website, celestialimpact.com. There will be a link. You can also get it on Desura. This actually came out of beta. They had their official release this time 2008. Okay, so this is a bit of an older game. It is still free. It is a multiplayer first-person shooter that takes place on an asteroid. Now, it's kind of an arena shooter / capture the flag, and it has one really cool feature, and this is why I recommend this one. It has the dirt gun, and that sounds really horrible and stupidly lazy. You know, the dirt gun, what the hell's that going to do for you? This allows you to modify the environment on the fly. You can bore tunnels, you can add mountain ranges, you can build barricades, and you can do this all on the fly. Switch over to your dirt gun, and I just created a giant cave or a chasm between Team A and Team B, and they have to tunnel through the mountain on the other side of the asteroid to get there. Really, really cool. There's videos available on it. It is multiplayer only. I don't think that they've added bots. I didn't see anything on that. But yeah, they're currently in 1.10b is the optional patch. But older game, check it out. Highly recommend it. It looks like a lot of fun.
It is Desura.com, you said.
You can get it at Desura.com or directly at their website, celestialimpact.com.
Well, fantastic.
And just by my my spying at this game, it looks like Half-Life a little bit.
I think that was kind of the the idea. It's like it's a mix between, you know, a Space Marine kind of arena fighter like Unreal and the Source type. And I think that was kind of what they were going for. It was a bunch of a couple of university students from Sweden that put this together.
That's cool.
Yeah, buddy. So yeah, check out Celestial Impact on those websites. We'll put those in links as well. Speaking of links, that is the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. We've that is episode 1. What do you guys think, huh?
I think that you should probably check out our YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, YouTube channel. Techido, well, first of all, let's let everyone know where they can contact us as individuals.
All right,
go to Tech.
All right. Well, if you would like to contact me, Tech, the super eccentric, award-winning
ladies man
master, currently taken. You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/DekedoPlays, doing, Let's Plays. I currently am doing a Psychonauts Let's Play. I also have an old series about PlanetSide, which is PlanetSide 2, which is a great game. If you want to look me up on Twitter, my Twitter handle is @Takedo. Link in the description. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, you can just search Takedo on Facebook and find me there.
And Rev?
I accept shipments of beer and whiskey. But on Twitter you can reach me at Reverend, and then DS is added on there. There's a long story behind that. Somebody else took Reverend and damn them to hell. And I also have a YouTube channel. If you want to see, I don't make videos, but if you want to see the things that I'm watching, you can check it out there. It is youtube.com/DSReverend. And you can kind of get an idea for the types of videos that I watch, and I'm relatively active on that, so you can get an idea what I'm looking at and who's on my list.
All right, and then myself, JaShinYa, real name Josh. My online handle is JaShinYa, JaShinya. It's pretty much all the same all across. Twitter at JaShinYa, Facebook /JaShinYa, and YouTube is, you can search JaShinYa, but actually the URL is JaShinYa Gaming. So you can check me out on there.
Professional title at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Esquire, actually. No Esquire, just JaShinYa.
Yeah. And don't forget to check out the Indie Game Riot subreddit, reddit.com/r/Indie Game Riot for all the links of the show. Any discussions that you might have, any questions, we check that on a regular basis.
And you can actually, we put links of some stuff that we might not feature on the show, but if you have stuff that you think we should feature on the show, feel free to put it in that subreddit. You can also
hit us on Twitter.
Yeah, you can also hit us on Twitter. It's IGR Podcast. Facebook as well, facebook.com/ IGR Podcast. We have a website, which is
IGRpodcast.webs.com.
.webs.com. Yeah, IGRpodcast.webs.com. We still have
That's
not,
only temporary.
Only temporary.
I will get an actual domain and hosting, I promise.
Yeah, we'll get a domain for that eventually. You can also send your questions or any comments or anything like that to an email. On the website, you can actually, there's a contact form you can use that will go to email. Or you can directly send an email to, it's actually going to go to my email, which is JaShinYaGaming@gmail.com. And of course, this show or this podcast is being hosted on my channel, JaShinYa, or JaShinYa Gaming for YouTube.
Sponsored by Domino's. No.
We wish. Yeah. Any last
sponsor?
any last words, ladies and gentlemen?
Other than make sure to stick around for many more of these because we are definitely starting a riot here.
Yeah.
We are enabling the evolution, and next time we all have to have beer. Like, we don't have to be drunk, but beer makes recording go.
Well, you can send me beer because beer is expensive.
Yeah.
Fair. I'll get your address after.
All right.
I'll Twitter it to you.
Nice. Free beer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for watching, or listening and watching, actually, because you can also, this will eventually also be on iTunes, so keep an eye out for that if you just want the audio version of it. But the video version is also really cool as well. Check it out on YouTube. But, so thank you so much for listening or watching. Wait, yeah, listening?
Yeah.
I cannot talk tonight. I don't know why. So we'll be back next week, and see you later. Toodles.
Have a good one.
See you around, guys. We only just slow down a little bit. Just a little bit after that. Okay.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Just getting you hot and bothered?
Oh, yeah, I'm sweating.
Whew.
Well, me too, but it's 95 degrees here.
It's like aerobics, man. You gotta it's like sweating with the oldies, Richard Simmons style.
Yeah. And step.
And step. Okay.